Okay, so when I was talking about I'm talking about the brute force. Okay. So brute force actually, uh, basically from where this term actually came. Okay. So this term actually came from the hackers community. Okay. So why basically this terms came from hackers community? Because generally what hackers used to do is breaking the password, breaking the password. Okay. So what brute force means is like, suppose if you need to break a password, then you need to use a all possible combination. So what they used to directly do is, when I'm talking about brute force, what it means is trying out all possible combination, trying out all possible combination, combination. So when you try out all possible combinations, so this is something like comes in a brute force. So basically, this is something like a hit and trial, hit and trial. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about a brute force, so I think you already remember this thing. Yesterday I was talking about, suppose your grandmother left a treasure chest. Okay. And this is something, there is a 3-digit lock, and now you need to open it. So basically, in that case, you will be using brute force. Suppose there are letters, A to Z letters are there in each of this lock, A to Z, A to Z, A to Z. Then what is the basically brute force one? So here you will do AAB, AAC. Basically, you need to try all the possible combination. Okay. And when you will write to the left, so this is something like this, ABA. A, B, B, A, B, C. So in this way, what you will do is you will try out all the possible combination. So, but you can see that like when she's trying, when you are trying this kind of a thing, so in that case, what will happen? It is very time consuming. It is very time consuming. Okay. And but but even if it is time consuming, but it will guarantee that it will work. Okay. Because if even if you know that like the password is from A to Z, so it is, you know that it is evident that like one of the combination will work definitely. Okay. So because we are trying out all possibilities, so this is something like a kind of a brute force. So brute force is something like a sequence. You can see that like I'm trying out one by one, I'm trying out all combination. So same kind of thing we use in basically like in programming. Okay, so it's not like always every problem can be solved with brute force. Yes, every problem can be solved with brute force, but for some problem there are also optimized way of solving it is also exist. Okay, you can solve it in optimized way. So for that we have standard, you can say the chapters in DSA that you will be learning in the future units. But one thing which is very accepted from you, it's something like uh, which is expected from you all is that you should be able to give a brute force solution of any problem. It might possible that you won't be having the optimized solution, but you should have a brute force solution. Don't worry, I'll talk about the optimized solution, what optimized solution is. But brute force solution is very straightforward. Now, when I'm talking about brute force, so it is something like a time taking thing. Time taking, and what it do is it does checking every possibility, checking every possibility. Now let's see a question. From that question, we will understand that how we can use brute force. Now, if I take a problem, the problem name is count such pairs. Okay, this is your OJ problem. I'm taking count such pairs. So in the count such pairs, so the problem is something like this: 2, 5, 1, 4, 8. So you can see this 2, 1, 2, 5, 1, 4, 8. Now what you need to do is you need to find any two numbers. Okay, you need to tell me whether it is true or false, that if there is a if there is if you what you need to do is you need to find any two numbers in this array which can give me this sum 9. Okay, so if you just look into it, so there are there are numbers exist, like if you take 5 or 4, 5 plus 4, that is 9, 1 and 8, that is giving 9. Okay, so now how we can solve this problem? Okay, how this problem, like how we can solve this problem? So basically, if you want to, like if you need to give a brute force solution, that I told you already that we need to try all the possible, like all the all the possibilities. Here I able to give you this answer because in this array my mind automatically it's something like, because the array is small, so my mind like directly saw this key, okay, these two numbers are actually making it. But I'm saying that when you're writing a program, then how will you write it? Using a brute force approach. Then in that case, we will try out all possibilities. So let's see what I mean, like what I mean from that. So in the previous example, you know that like we were trying all possible combination AAB, AAB, AAC, AAD, like in this manner. Similarly, what I will do is I will take two. With two, first I'll pick two, and with two, I will try five. Okay. I will take two, and with that, I will try five. Then I'll take two, and I'll try one. Then I'll take two, then with that, I'll take four. So basically, I'm trying two with five, one, four, and eight. Getting it? So two, four, and two, eight. So you can see that every time I will try to match whether it is giving me nine or not. So no one, like it is not giving. Then what I'll do, I'll take five. So फाइव के साथ आई विल नॉट आई फाइव के साथ आई विल टेक वन, फाइव के साथ आई विल टेक फोर, एंड फाइव के साथ आई विल टेक एट. ओके, नाउ टेल मी व्हाई आई हैवंट टेक फाइव के साथ टू, व्हाई आई डिडंट टेक फाइव like with five, why I haven't take with five, like five with two? Okay, because already 2 plus 5 I have already taken it. Then you just need to focus on the forward numbers, because if I take 5 plus 2, then it will be redundant thing. Okay, then why I need to take the 5 with 2? Just focus on the forward numbers. Because if I'm coming from the backward position, then definitely that thing I've already checked. So now 5 plus in 5, 4, 9, 5, 8, 13. So you can see that no one is actually getting matched, but this one is matched. Okay. Now what I can do is I can also continue my combination. Now what I'll do, I will write 1 plus 4, 1 plus 8. Okay. So 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 8 is 9. Now you can see this. What is happening? What happening here is this is matching, this is not. Now the last thing which I will do is 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. So this is not getting matched. So you can see that like, yes, the sum is actually possible. But the question is only asking that whether it is possible or not. Yes, it is possible because it is giving me this kind of output. Okay, getting it? So basically, this is something like a kind of a solution which we applied in this, like in this solution. Now, let's see one thing. So what I have done in this solution is gather all possible pairs. ठीक है, gather all possible pairs, then apply the condition, whatever your condition is. Okay, so now, but when I'm talking about the optimized approach, is there any optimized approach? Because it is taking too much time, but that you will learn in unit 2. Okay, right now we are not focusing here right now, here only we are only focusing in applying the brute force one. So this is something like this. Okay. Now, you might ask me this, like, what is the smarter approach to solve this question? What is the smarter approach to solve this question? फिर भी still to just to give you a glimpse. Okay, if you need to, like, if there is an optimized approach. So first, what we will do is, suppose this is an array. 2, 5, 1, 4, 8, 11, 13. Now, if you need to find the sum as 9, then definitely you know that like if I need to find two numbers who will give me some 9, obviously 11 13 should not be here because 11 and 13 obviously is greater than 9. So what I'll do, I'll first omit them. Okay. And because unnecessary, when I will be running brute force, then I will be including in every pair. So this is the kind of thing then I will apply on the remaining array, like whatever thing. Because 1130 is not possible because some air already it is crossing the limit. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about brute force, what we are doing is we are fixing one number and like looking at the other cases. So this is the way like how we used to implement the brute force. Now let's see if I need to implement this question, if I need to implement it, then how will I do it? So here you already know that 25148. Okay. So we can apply 25148. Let's apply the father and son the same thing. Okay. So basically, you know that what kind of pair I was pairing 2 plus 5, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 8. Then I was trying 5 plus 1, 5 plus 4, 5 plus 8, something like this. So you can see that like father is actually standing here and sun is actually moving around in this one. Okay. Sun is actually moving around in this one. Now you can see that father is actually now in the next one. What will happen? The father will come to this place and sun will move from this to this. Because in the first iteration, you can see that father is at 2, sun will move from 5, 5, 1, 4, 8. But when father has come to 5, then you can see that sun is moving from this to this. So now, if I ask you, like, what is the iteration which father is following? Father will go till last. So you can say that father will go till last. So 0 to basically, definitely father will not go till 8 because sun is not there. But ठीक है, still, if you write it automatically, the loop will get closed. So father will 0 to basically I can say that last. And for every iteration, from where the sun is starting from wherever the father is standing. It is standing one position ahead from father. Father 1 plus 2 last. Getting it? At every position. And in this one, I need to check the condition whether array of father plus array of son is equal to k or not. So if I just show you the code, and guys, I'm not writing the code directly on this one platform or something because this is already in your assignment. What you need to do is you need to write the code in this one. So I'm writing in the whiteboard. So I'm writing suppose for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay. Now, this is my father. Now, here I will write for j equal to j will start from I plus 1. J will start from I plus 1. So, this is my son. And j will go till last. Jn plus plus plus. Now, in this one, what I will do is I will write this thing. If array of I plus array of j is equal to. So basically, I'm checking the value. This is I is father and j is son. If it is equal to k, then in that case, what I need to do is I need to do the count. So basically, the problem was I need to count how many pairs are there. Okay, it's not like I made this thing wrong that I was telling that count such pair basically means the problem was asking how many pairs are there which is giving this sum. So I need to count all those pairs. So I'm writing count plus plus. And then if you want to print those pairs, then you can also print it here, console.log array of I SOP array of I plus array of j. So you can see this. This is how I can print it. So basically what will happen, like when this loop will run, automatically your count will get, and at the end you can print your count when your loop is done. Got it? How we have solved this problem? So this is the problem name as count such pairs we have given in your assignment. So you can apply the similar logic and it will like the problem will get solved. But remember one thing, like you need to understand it first. Yes, Himanshu. Hello.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible.
I am asking, sir, here you have written j is equals to I plus 1. So this code will give you out of bound because you are checking for I when it will be on the last index, and when we are checking j I plus 1, so it will give you out of bound.
हाँ right. देखो
Yes,
इसमें नहीं समझो. Basically when I suppose if I'm taking this array 25148.
yes,
Okay, so this is index is 0 2 3 4. Now when I will add at 4 na, suppose, so j will add 5, right?
yes.
Okay, j is I plus 1, but I index is not doesn't exist here. But after coming j equal to 5, then it will check this condition whether the size of this one. So 5 is 5 also, it will come out.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so
I
because
have, it was in
uh,
evaluation also, I guess, and it was giving me out of bound. So what I did was when I was at the last index, so I continued that condition. So then it was not giving me out of bound, but it was still partially accepted the problem.
okay, because I remember one thing, always check this condition because most of the problem which I solved in Replit, I was writing less than equal to 2. Okay,
Yes,
but in that case, I was calculating the last index. Last index, I was getting it because that should be 9 n minus 1. If I am putting greater than equal to, then I need to write n minus 1. And if I'm writing just less than n, that means obviously because the size of the array and the last index is different. Size of the array is 5, but the last index
yes.
is. So always whenever you are writing something, na, so ye condition, because this will condition make sure that you're not going out of it. Okay.
But I
So
like I still think
hmm,
it will give out of bound because I am saying that j is always I plus 1. So whatever the value is coming from outer loop, so the j is adding 1 to it. So when I will be on the last index, like on 8, so j will 8 I plus 1.
j will
So
be 5, j will be 5, right?
yes, yes,
If
okay.
if I is equal to 4, then j will be 5. So
Yes,
when j is, then at this point, what is the j value? 5 is less than, what is the size of the array? Is 5. 5 is less
okay,
than 5.
okay,
So this will
okay,
give false.
okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
ठीक है. So basically, this is how like we are actually solving this question. Okay. So yeah. ठीक है. So now I'm coming to the next problem. So this problem I'm giving to all of you. And what is the problem is? The problem is something known as intersection of array. Intersection of array. So now suppose I have array 1 as 2581. And now I have array 2. Okay, that is 6913. Now what you need to do is you need to find the intersection in this array. So if you just find intersection basically means the element which is common to both of them. So the element which is common to both of them is 1. Okay, so you need to find the intersection and use brute force. Now think about it. How will you apply it? Okay, take your time, and once you have done it, then you can also write the code on your, like on your notebook. Okay, right now don't write on any platform. You can directly write on your code. Okay, if you want to write on somewhere in Notepad or somewhere, you can write it because then you will be able to share it with me. But the main thing is first think of the solution. Okay, so I'm giving you 3 minutes. Just go around it. Find the intersection of an array. There are two arrays, the intersection is 1 because 1 is common to both of them. Done? ठीक है. So, anyone please raise your hand, like who can answer me this question? Yes, Subhashri.
Good afternoon, sir.
हाँ, sorry.
Am I audible, sir?
हाँ हाँ, audible.
Yes.
बताओ.
Sir, using for loop, I
हाँ, अभी
can
कोड.
solve this.
अभी
Okay,
मुझे
sir.
बस लॉजिक बताओ. अभी मुझे लॉजिक बताओ. How will you solve this question?
So first, I will take one element from array1 and I will match with, if example, I will take 2, then I will match with 6, then 9, then 1, then 3.
Okay.
And
2, 8, 1, then 5,
then
6.
5, 6, 5, 9, 5, 1, 5, 3, then 8, 6, 8, 9, 8, 1, 8, 3, 1, 6,
Nice.
1, 9,
Once.
1, 1, 1, 3.
No, if I compare it, so this one is not matching, not matching, not matching, not matching, not matching, not matching, not matching.
Matching,
This one is matching.
matching. Yes.
Okay. So now can you tell me like how can I write the code for it?
Yes, sir. Sir, in out of a loop, I will write the code for the array1 and
So अभी ना let's solve this question with father and son only. ठीक है.
okay, sir.
So if I put father here, then where I should put the son?
The son also in that position.
Where? In
Like
this area or this
if second array.
second array? क्योंकि right now just seeing the pattern we can see that if father is here, then son is changing. So basically means father if it is here, father is here, then son is here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So after this, sun will change the position.
Yes,
Sun will change the position.
in the position.
Sun will change the position. Now father will here. Now the sun will start from which place here?
From 0, like
From zero. Right.
index 0.
Nice, nice. Suppose imagine that the size of this array right now I have considered that the size of array is same. ठीक है. So this is n size and this is m size. Imagine that. Okay.
Yes,
Right
sir.
now the size is same. Okay, but right now imagine that. So now tell me from where to where the father is running. Father is running from 0 to
0 to n minus 1.
okay
0 to n minus
n
1.
minus 1. Right. Sun is running to
Sun is running 0 to m minus 1.
nice. Now what I'll do is now I need to write the complete code. Now help me in writing the code. What I'll do here is
For outer for loop,
hmm,
int father is equal to 0, then father is less than equal to n minus 1.
अभी मैं int like I'm not using it, but when you're writing the
Okay,
code,
sir.
then you should do it. Okay, just for the space constraint. Father is less than capital N, I write.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Father plus.
father plus. Why why
Yeah.
not N? Because I have write less than.
Yes, sir.
Now for
For
sun
outer loop,
equals
sun is equal to 0. Sun
sun
is
is
also less than 2m.
hmm, sorry
Sun
N,
plus plus.
sun plus plus.
And
Now if
in if condition, then father of
array of
like
one,
array of I, uh, sorry, array of father is equal to array of 2 of son.
so this is second array. ठीक है. तो array one or array two I'm considering. This was
Yes,
array
sir.
one and array one of sun. If it is equal, then what we will do? We will
Then
print the
print
any of the
son.
element. Array of father
Yeah,
print or son print.
yeah.
Because both are
Then
same.
I will put the break
Okay. Why break?
because when I got same
But it might be possible that suppose this was the first array.
yes
Okay.
sir,
And this one is my second array. So you can see that
yes.
now the intersection are two elements.
Two elements is also possible
Two
after break.
elements are also. Okay. Two elements. Like it depends upon the question. I'm saying, like if question is saying that you need to print like only one, so in that case you can directly put a break.
Okay sir.
Okay. Well, we need to read the question carefully. What the question is asking accordingly. Getting it?
Okay. Yes sir.
Okay. Nice, Shri. Done it very well.
Thank you sir.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So basically, guys, you can see that like there is a for loop and we are checking it. And remember one thing, when I was talking about count such pairs, okay, did you remember that at that time I was starting from 0, then J was starting from I plus 1 at every time. But here in this intersection problem, when I is starting from 0, then J is 0. When I is 1, then J is also starting with 0 again. So 0 to it actually going till last. Similarly, it is going 0 to last. Why it was happening? Because when I was talking about intersection of an array, these two arrays are separate. So I need to compare 2 with 5, 2 with 9, 2 with 1, and 2 with 3. Similarly, 5 with 6, 5 with 9, 5 with 1, 5 with 3. So this is the thing which I was doing here in this question. Okay, I think I hope you understood this part, like how I was calculating the intersection of an array. We can have many intersection, but it depends upon the question. Okay, if question is saying that at least one intersection you want to print, whether you need to tell me and just give me the answer whether yes or no intersection is there or not. It totally depends upon the. Just read the problem statement carefully. Okay, I have already given the same problem in the OJ. There, just go through the problem and then you can solve it. Got it, everyone? Okay. So now the next thing which I'll be talking about is what is this optimization? When I'm talking about this is a brute force, but what do you mean by optimization? Okay, what do you mean by optimization? So basically, when I'm talking about optimization, so optimization का basically मतलब क्या है कि like I'll discuss this thing with this problem. So the problem is prime number problem. Let's try to solve the prime number problem. Okay. Now, if I want to solve the prime number problem, then what is the way? How can I solve this problem? Guys, remember one thing in DSA, okay, in DSA, in data structure algorithm part, okay, which we are seeing, I will not be using replet and all. Okay, that will be very minimalistic. Even when you move to unit 2, you will find that your instructor is only taking you through on the whiteboard only. And that code you need to convert into the code in your OJ. Okay, we have given you a pseudocode. So this kind of a thing. So because you have already done with the programming part, PR 101, you can see that you have already covered all those things. Now, when we are giving you the pseudocode, now you need to basically convert into the code in your OJ, and basic that is the thing. So right from this time onward, we'll be talking only about the logics. नॉट अबाउट कि इंट यहाँ पे लगाना है, इंट यहाँ पे लगाएंगे, यहाँ पे ये बनाएंगे, like not about all this because now you are already aware of it, like how we can do it. So now when I'm talking about the prime number, so let's see like how we used to write the prime number code. Okay, so for prime number, the general thing which we used to do is like if I'm saying that count, I'm saying that count, if I'm saying that factor, so factor is 0. Okay, so what I used to do is if I need to check whether a number is prime or not, so I used to run a loop for I equal to 1, I less than equals to n, and I plus plus, and I need to check whether n is a prime number or not. So in that case, I will write if n modulus I is equal to 0, And every time if I able to find the factor, then in that case I will write factor plus plus. Okay. Now the second thing is, if factor equals to 2, then in that case you need to print yes. Otherwise else print no. Okay, it totally up to you. Else print no. So basically this kind of a thing is there. So basically you can see that when I'm talking about prime number, so when I want to find a prime number, whether 13 is a prime number or not. So what I'll do is I will run a loop from 1 to 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to, and it will go till 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I'll check that whether 13 is divisible by this. Yes. 13 divisible by this? No, 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 no. Yes. So if it has two factors, then in that case we can say that it is a prime number. Okay. If it has only two factors, one and itself. So that is the code which I have written here. Okay. But now can we improve this? Can we improve this solution? Because what is the problem with this code? The problem with this code is, suppose if I want to find the prime number, that whether this number 999999 is a prime number or not, then in that case I need to run a code from 1 to, like, it will go till 9999. Every time I need to check that, like, whether 99 is exist. So this is kind of a brute force solution. Okay, because every time checking within going till last. So this is a brute force solution. Now can we improve it? So let's see the optimized solution. Okay, I'm taking an example. I'm just showing you the very interesting property in maths. So for example, if I take a number like for 36, let's take a number for 36. Now, what you need to do is you need to tell me the factors of 36. So, what are the factors? So, 1 can divide 36, 2 can divide 36, 3 can divide 36, 4 can divide 36, 5 it cannot divide, 6 can divide 36, 9 can divide 36, 12, 18, and 36. So, basically, I need to find all the factors till 36 only. Okay. So, basically, I'm moving from 1 and going till 36. Okay. Now you will see a very interesting property is that if you put a mirror in between, suppose if you put a mirror here, like in between. So what is the middle number? It is 6. Now, what you need to do is I need to multiply here something which can give me 36. So what should I multiply here? Something which can give me 36. What should I put it here? So it will give me 36. So I will need to write 36. What should I multiply here? It will give me 36. So it will give me 36. What should I put it here so that it will give me 36? So I will multiply by 12. What should I multiply here? It will give me 36. What should multiply here? It will give me 36. What should multiply here is, if I multiply here with something, so I need to multiply with 4. I need to multiply with basically 12. I need to multiply with 3. I need to multiply with 2. I need to multiply with 1. Now just see one thing here. This is something like if this is a mirror. Now see one thing is, these numbers are actually getting repeated. And these numbers are actually getting repeated. Can you see the pattern? Okay. And at this middle point, at this point, what is happening? This is something like a mirror. After this, you will find that the pattern is actually getting repeated. That means if we are actually checking a prime number, then you don't need to go till last. You can just go to this mirror point. Okay, you can go to just to this mirror point, because after that the same pattern is repeating. These are actually the factors. Now, if I take another example, suppose for 80. So what is the factor of 80? 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. Okay. Now, if I go down, so 10, you need to go till 80. Okay. 10, 16, 20, 40, and 80. So these are the numbers. Now, what number I should multiply here so that I will get 80? So I need to multiply 80. 40, 80, 40, 80. And here I will multiply with 16, then I will get 80. Then I will get 80. Okay. 10, I need to multiply with 8. Okay. Then I will get 80. 16, I will multiply with 5. Then I will get 80. 24, 42, 81. So now you can see that, like, if you see these numbers, so the middle point here is, the middle point is something like this. This is the mirror, because I don't need to go till last. You can see that this pattern is repeating, this pattern is repeating, this pattern is repeating, this pattern is repeating, this pattern is repeating. So what it means is, when you are checking a prime number, it is something like a repeated process, like when you are moving after this, because 10 के लिए check करने का मतलब 8 के लिए check करना, मतलब obviously, like, if it is you, if you have just checked with this thing, then you don't need. Now, what is this number? What is this middle point? How we can find out? So this is something like a square root. So basically, if you go to this point, so under root 36 is actually 6. Okay. Now, if you find under root 80, what is the under root 80? 7 7 ja 49, 8 8 ja 64. Okay. 8 9 9 ja 81. So it is something around 8. It is 8 point something. So I will only take the 8 value. So you can see that, like, just you need to find the square root. So this middle point till where you need to find it is the square root. If you just go till square root, your job is done. You don't need to go till last. So basically, what I will do is, when I've written this code, then in this code, what I will do is, instead of going till this point, what I'll do is, I will write x equal to math dot sqrt. I will find sqrt of n, and that n I will replace here with, x. Now you can see that what is happening here. Now I'm not going till last, I'm going till square root. Now you can ask me, what is the advantage of this thing? What is the advantage of this thing? So suppose if I have a loop of this level, one, if I have a number of this thing. So can you see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 0? Now, if you are writing your traditional method, traditional matlab running till n, brute force method, then you need to run a loop from 1 2 3 4 5 6. But if you are using this under root square root method, then your loop will go for, what is the square root value of this? So that will be 1000. Can you see a difference? So basically, in bigger numbers, you will find a difference, that now your program is actually running very quickly. Okay. So this is a difference, like when your program is actually running till n, and when your program is running till root n. Lot of unnecessary work has reduced. Lot of unnecessary work. Okay, so this is something like an optimized approach. So why I have shown this? So just to show you, there are, like, for some problem, there exists a optimized method, but those optimized method you will be learning in, like, in the future units. Okay. Okay. So basically the point here is कि अगर according to in this scenario, अगर मुझे अपना factor मिलना होगा, if there is a factor exist, then I will able to find my factor at this point only. After that, you will also find, but that is unnecessary work. Okay. So that is the main thing in this question. जैसे, for example, I'll take the example of any prime number. Tell me any prime number. So what is the prime number? That is 13. 13 is the prime number. What are the factor of 13? Or I can take any other prime number. Suppose if I'm taking 41. 41 is a prime number. So if I'm taking 41 is a prime number, then in that case, 1 is a factor. What is the next factor? The next factor is 41. Now let's create a mirror, because there is no other number is exist. 1 into 41 equal to 41. 41 into 1 equal to 41. So you can see that, like, there is no point. Okay. So if you need to find your factor, like you don't need to go till last. You just go to the square root of this one. Now, like this is something like how we can solve some question here in this one, and like this is the way. Now, let's move to the next one. Second. Okay, I have already written this thing. Now let's go to your project test. One second. So guys, I have discussed this question, count such pairs. Okay. So whose target is equal to K. So here target is everything is actually given in target and this thing. And I've also discussed this intersection of an array. Okay. Intersection of an array. Now there are few more questions. Okay. Which you can just go through it and then you will be able to solve it. Now in this question, I need to find like those values, how many three pairs exist which satisfy the system. So this is something like this n and m values are given and you need to basically like figure out in this case. Okay, just try out this question from your side. Like if I'm talking about this one, apply basic maths. Okay, so apply basic maths. What is this question is all about? You are given an array with any elements. You are only allowed to remove only one element, which makes the sum of all the remaining element exactly divisible by 7. Your task is to find the first index of smallest element that can be removed from array if there is no print -1. Okay. So what this question is saying, suppose like if I taken this example, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3. So suppose this is your array. Okay. Now what it is saying that if this is your array 5, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3. Now in this one, what I need to do is, if suppose if I remove some element, if I remove any element, suppose if I remove this element, okay. Now let's count the sum of it, all the remaining elements. 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 2, 15. So now we need to check whether 15 is mod 7 is equal to 0. No. Now after that, what I need to do is, I need to select one element, like after removing it, I need to find the sum. So I removed it this one. Now 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 3, 18. So 18 is mod 7 equal to 0? No. Okay. Now it is saying that, okay, so this is not also working. So 5, 2, 4, 6, 3. So if I remove 4, now let's see, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 6, 13, 13 plus 3, that is 16. 16 mod 7 equal to 0? No. Now I'll write 4, 2, 4, 6, 3. So I'll remove this. 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 3, 14. 14 mod 7 equal to 0, that is yes. So what this question is saying that you need to tell me, like if I remove that element and after removing that element, if you calculate the sum of the basically if you calculate the sum of the remaining element, if it is giving, if it is divisible by 7 or not. But also it has also given me this thing. Your task is to index the first index of the smallest element that can be removed from array. Okay. So basically your index first index of the smallest element. Now here in this case, you can see that like there is only one number which is actually divisible by 3. Okay. Now imagine that what I'll do here is imagine that 4, 5, 6. So imagine that suppose this is your array. Okay. Now if I just put this thing, now if I calculate the sum 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 12, 6 plus 12, 18, 4, 5, 6, 6 is 12. 4, 6, 12, 12 plus 9, 21. So 21 mod 7. So 21 mod 7 is 0. So basically after removing this, it is also getting divisible. Now it is saying that you need to find the first index of the smallest element that can be removed. In this case, 5 is also the element which if you removed it, then in that case, it will give you the element. If suppose if you are removing 7, imagine that कि अगर मैं 6 को भी remove कर रहा हूँ, and in case of 6, suppose it is also giving me the answer. If I add 5 plus 2, 4, that is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. ठीक है, मतलब 5, 2, 4, 4, 9 is not giving me the answer. But imagine that after removing 6 also it is giving me the answer. Then which should I choose? I need to choose that element which is the smallest. I need to choose that element which is the smallest one, and then the answer will be the index of it. Okay. Now let's see how I can solve this question. So basically what we will do is 5, 2, 4, 6, 9. Now what is the brute force solution to solve this question? What I will do is in the first case, I will put my father here, and son will run from this to this. Now when 5, 2, 4, 6, 9, now my father is actually came to this position. Now my son will move from this to this except this one. Son will not cover this one because father is actually standing here. We need to make sure that if son is equal to father, then don't add that element. Okay. Similarly, if I write this thing, so in this case, 5, 2, 4, 6, 9. Now here in this case, if father is actually standing here, then son will move from here to here except this. So this is the brute force solution. Can you see that? I'm trying to find all the pairs. तो सबसे easy तरीका क्या है? Whenever you want to apply a brute force solution, always remember one thing. First, make a pair. Okay. So suppose if I have 5, so for 5, the numbers will be 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9. So this is how sun is actually moving. Now, if I'm saying that 2 is, if I'm selecting 2, for 2, the element will be 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9. If I'm saying that 4, for 4, 5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 9. So this is how sun will be moving. For 5, this will be the sum. 2, this is the. So basically from this, you will be able to analyze, okay, sun is moving from this one. Sun is moving from this one, but not taking this. Now, how we can solve this question? How we can solve this question? How we can solve this question? Okay, so take your time and I'll tell you in 2-3 minutes. So just be ready with your solution. How will you implement it in your code? Okay. So yeah, try it. Okay, any progress? Anyone जो खाड़े में आना चाहता है? दो दो हाथ करते हैं. Okay. Yes, Sayed.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So
Yeah,
first
tell
of
me.
all, for uh, finding the addition of elements, except the elements on which the sun is or the second loop element is. So I will use two for loops. First will iterate from first to last, first element to last element, and in the second loop, it will also iterate from first to last. But when the iteration of element of first element, first loop and the last loop will be equals to, then I will continue except of adding the elements.
ठीक है. So sorry guys, मेरी ताकतें चली गई थी. Someone else was host and he was it, I don't know whether he is in the call or not, but he didn't make me the host. But कोई बात नहीं, मैंने सुपर पावर फैजल मिर्जा को बुलाया and he came and saved me. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, Syed, can you help me?
Sure, sir.
Like this question, how we can solve it? Applying basic maths.
You are given an array with a and elements. You are not doing one element which makes sum of all the elements.
The same question जो मैंने अभी यहाँ पे
Yes,
I have
sir.
read. How can I solve this?
Sir, we can solve this question by using conditional statements and for loop.
Okay. So what I'll do is, suppose I'm saying that father is actually standing here, so son is
Yeah.
moving 2469. So
Yes, sir.
what I'll do here is, I'll write for int
I
father
is equal to
0,
is equal to 0.
father
Father less than
and
n. Father plus plus.
okay. Now here the son.
For sir.
Int son will always start from 0.
0. Yes, sir.
Sun will be less than n,
Yes.
sun plus plus. So here what I'll do is,
We'll use if else condition.
if sun is equal
Son
to
is equal
father,
to father.
then
We'll continue.
so what I'll do is I declare a sum variable here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
sum equal to 0. And here I'm writing ki if sun equal to father, so here I'll write sum equal to sum plus a of. So basically what I
Sir,
did.
we should skip the character, element which is common in both of them.
Sorry, if sun is not equal to father,
Not
right?
equal to father. Yes, sir.
So then in that case, I need to find the sun. So
Son.
basically here I'm saying that if sun is not equal to father, then only in that case, just keep on calculating the sum. So in that case, what will happen? It will only execute 2469.
Yes, sir.
And in the second term, when the father value will become 1, when father will become 2, so it will only calculate 5469. So this is how the
Yes.
sum is getting calculated. Okay.
Yes.
Now I got my sum. But now the problem here is what I want is, I want to find the first index,
the index.
smallest element. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll declare a variable int minimum variable. And minimum value I will assume that something very high value is there. ठीक है, मैं कुछ बहुत बड़ी value मान के रखता हूँ. And now what I'll do is and after this what I will do is if my minimum is greater than sum, then I will write a minimum equal to sum. So this is the
Yes.
logic for finding minimum. Automatically when I will calculate, when it will calculate the sum, इसको यहाँ पे नहीं, basically when sun loop is done, जब sun का loop खत्म हो जाएगा, when sun is done with calculating the sum, then I'll write
Yes,
this. And here what I'm doing is min equal to sum, and this is something like this. What will happen? But now what it will do is, like, suppose if I execute this code, this system.out.println. And suppose after this, if I print this min value, so let's see what will happen. It will give me the minimum sum. Minimum sum basically means what it is doing is, what I want is, I want the first
Element
index
that
of
can-
smallest element that can be removed. तो मेरे को sum को नहीं डालना है, sorry.
we have to index I
Put the value of father actually. Array of father. Basically, because I need to find the minimum element in an array कि जिसको मैं हटाऊं. After I am removing it, then I need to get the basically this thing. So basically in this minimum, what I'll do, I'll keep a father.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if I run it, let's see what will happen.
Two.
It is saying that if you remove 2 is the minimum value of a number. If you remove this, then in that case, what will happen? It will give you the like the sum which is divisible by 5. So suppose if I just check, but इसमें मैंने एक चीज check तो करा ही नहीं, like like it should be divisible by, the sum should be divisible by 7 ना? सम को तो डिविजिबल होना चाहिए सम से, तभी then only it will make meaning कि then I'm checking that कि okay minimum should be equal to father. So if I run it now, let's see what will happen. It is giving me 7. 7 is the minimum number, because after removing 7, if you calculate 15 plus 8 plus 2 plus 4, 15, 14 plus 8 is 22, 22 plus 2 is
24.
24, 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 is divisible by 7, right?
Yes.
And after doing it, now we are comparing with the minimum number, because we need to also check that whether it is a minimum or not. So I'm putting in a minimum variable. So after putting it minimum variable, now the loop will continue. Then it will also try to find other number. So उसमें से जो भी
Yes.
छोटा number होगा, I will get it. So, but now the question here is saying that I'm not expecting here the value. I'm expecting here the index of that value. मतलब जो जिस भी है ना, जिस भी index पे
Yes, sir.
this value is present. So what I will do is I will write in index also here. Index equals to something like -1 right now. Now, when this thing will happen, at this point, I will
Index
also
is equal to
index. So instead of it is saying that don't give me the value, I don't want the value. I am saying that tell me the index which, because you can see that now after removing 7, so it is
Yes.
actually with the answer, but 7 is present at first index. So it is actually answering asking me for the index, not for the
Index.
value. So here I'm writing this. Now if I run code, now you can see that I'm getting my answer 1. Now if I submit it, now you can see that it is getting accepted. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So this is how basically we are doing it. So first we are running a loop for basically father, and inside it every time we are calculating the sum value if son is not equal to father, and when the son is actually done with calculating the sum at this father position, then we are actually calculating. So what it means is when the first loop is running, when father is here, when son is running with this thing, so what will be the sum value? 4 plus 6, 6 plus 12, 12 plus 9, 12,
21.
21. Now 21 mod 7. Now here you can see that it is checking 21 is mod 7 equal to 0. Yes, it is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
If it is equal to 0, then it is checking that my minimum value, I have seen that, okay, this is the minimum one. So in the minimum one, I will put the index. What is the, I will put the value, where value is 5. Index is 0, because 5 is represented index 0. Now, when 2 will come, it will check that 5 plus 4 plus 6 is 9. 5 plus 4, 9, 9, 6, 15. 5, 4, 9, 18, 18 plus 6, 24. 24. 24 mod 7 is not equal to 0. ठीक है? But imagine that कि 24 7 से divide होता है, जैसे for example. Imagine that 24 mod 7 is actually getting divided. Then in that case, what will happen? It will check that okay, whether 5 is minimum or 2 is minimum. It knows that minimum is 2. Then in that case, it will also change the index.
Index is 1.
Because 2 is the minimum number, na? If I compare
Yes,
with the previous one, because we have already stored 5 here. So this is how we are actually finding this answer.
Yes.
There is also one more way of solving this question. One second. There is also one more way, just to tell you the optimized way of solving this question. So another optimized way, like this is the brute force way, but the one optimized way is what you can do is first run a loop in this one and find the total sum of it. 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 16, 17. to 26. Total sum is coming 26. Now, next iteration, what I will be doing is 52469. What I will do is every time I will deduct 726 minus 5. I will check that 26 minus 5 is actually giving me the answer. Okay, it is 25 minus 6 is 21. 21 mod 7. Yes, it is giving. At this point also you can check all this condition. So basically what I will doing, what changes I will make in this question is, देखो इतना beautiful solution I like the second one. इसके suppose if I am taking sum equal to 0 for int I equal to 0, I less than n I plus plus. So sum equal to sum plus a of I. So I have calculated the sum. Now sum is actually containing the total sum. Now what I will do is I will remove all this. मैं अभी के लिए ये सब मिटा देता हूँ. ओके, इसको अभी मैं बाहर ही रखता हूँ. इसको भी छोड़ते हैं थोड़ी देर के लिए. Now what I will do, I will run a loop for basically again I equal to 0. I less than n. I less than n, right? I plus plus. Now we'll have to minus, already have the sum minus a of I. Right. तो int val equal to मैं क्या करूँगा, val में I will subtract sum minus a of I. Okay. Now yes, sir. I have the total sum. बस मैंने उस element को remove कर दिया. Yes. Now I take the same condition here. So I'll copy it and I'll put it here. The same condition. Because I need to check that yes, whether val which is coming out, whether it is divisible by sum by 7. And if it is minimum is greater than a is equal to we'll print right, a of I. A of I. If it is minimum, then in that case automatically it will come here and I will get my answer. So can you see yes, that sir. Like this is a simplistic approach. This is not running yes, a loop. Nested loop is like look very costly. Here in this one, what I'm doing, I'm finding the total sum, and after finding yes, the sum at each iteration, I'm deducting that value and I'm checking the condition at that quantity. Yes. Okay. So here index equals to father, index equals to I. So 1. If I submit it, so this is the. So guys, this is how we can solve the questions. Okay, we have provided you some set of good questions here, the brute force one. And like I would say one thing is like these are like very good quality questions. All these 10 questions are. And if you get comfortable with that, then you can say this thing ki, okay, when you're moving to unit 2, it will be very helpful for you. Okay, because at the end, for every problem, you should be knowing a brute force solution, because when you will be going in an interview, at that point, the first question which interviewer will ask is, can you please provide me the brute force solution of this problem? Okay, ठीक है. Okay, thank you Sayed. Thank you. So guys, you have seen this thing, like how I've discussed like some problem in this one. I would recommend that try from your side. Okay. Also, like few questions will be discussed in the afternoon one. Okay, Mirza will discuss you few questions. And in tomorrow's session, I told you like there will be one session in the morning where Weber will be taking like whatever doubt you have, you can tell him in the stand-up. And also if there is any past question. Okay. So guys, that's all. This is your end of this course. Okay. And I hope you understood a lot of things. Okay. You learned Java from the scratch. We started from the day one. I remember that we started with full stack web development. What is full stack web development? Later, what are variables, conditional? Like the journey actually started from this point. And suddenly when you learn nested loop arrays, then you actually goes down in this way. But suddenly you again मतलब आपने फिर से pace pick किया, and so you can see that like in your whole journey things will look like this. Okay, so yeah, like it was a nice experience for me. Yes, Subhashri.
Sorry, sir.
हाँ बताओ.
I raise my hand now. Like,
अच्छा.
no question, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. ठीक है. So guys, that's all. Okay, all the best. All the best for your journey. And yeah, so do well. Okay, in your evaluation. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.